welcome back to my channel, the best place for new signers, intermediate signers, and struggling signers. In today's video, this is part 3 of the 3-part series. The first one we did time, the second one was topic, and today's is comment. So if you've ever wondered, how do I put more meaning and life and vibrancy and my personality into my ASL sentences, or just like really how do I add detail to my ASL sentences, definitely keep watching. Comments, what are they? Well, first of all, they're beautiful. Comments can be nouns. Remember in the part 2 video when we talked about topic and how you can have multiple nouns in one ASL sentence, but there's only one main topic. Now, what do we do with the rest of those nouns? We don't like ignore them or disregard them. Those now can become part of our comments, okay? They can also be adjectives, soft, dry, ugly. They can be verbs, run, write, talk. They can be adverbs, fast, slow, and they can be anything else, any other part of speech that I did not include here. That they can be them. So what's the point of a comment? A comment is any of those parts of speeches, anything else that adds information about the topic. Okay, so we have the time. When is all of this happening? Then we have the topic. What is the point of what you're trying to tell me? What's this all about, right? Then we have the comments, and that's anything else that gives information about that main topic. In ASL sentences, you can have one comment, you can have 2, 3, 4, a bajillion comments. You can have as many comments as you want in any ASL sentence. The goal is to be clear. You want clarity. You want to paint a clear picture of what is going on. What are you talking about? Okay. Always keep that in mind when you are signing. When you are either you're writing what you want to sign out on paper, or if you are practicing, or if you're just signing. What's the goal? To be clear as you can be. In order to be clear, you add in as many comments as is needed to tell us really what's going on. To really add vibrancy and life and your personality to your ASL conversations, you really want to use those comments to do that. Okay, you're obviously going to use your expressions in you as a human being to add all that personality and style and pizzazz and all that goodness, but you also want to use your comments to do that as well. We don't speak in bullet points. At least I certainly don't. I think I speak in massively long run-on sentences. In English, you don't speak in constant bullet points. I have a dog. I went to the store. I like cheese. I don't like fish. Go shopping with me. It's not like this boring, our books aren't little bullet points, our paragraphs, the speeches, the TED Talks we listen to, the conversations we have with our friends, they are not bullet points. So you don't want your signed conversations to be bullet points either. So you want to add those comments to add life and detail and variety and your personality. So if you're thinking, okay, if you were chatting with your friend and you're just kind of shooting the breeze or whatever, or maybe you're telling a story, a funny story that happened to you, you're going to be dramatic or exaggerating. I mean, I don't know how you are, but this is how I would be. I'd just be all into it, like, and then blah, 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 blah. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. That's a good example, but I'm sure you can sense that that's how I would be. But I would be like really verbose and really into it. And I would use detail, right? It's the same. So if I was signing with my friends, I would do the same thing. I'd be just as exaggerating and detailed and go on and on and on and on about whatever it is I'm signing about. Now, if I was talking with a boss, an employer, perhaps I was telling the same story, I probably wouldn't be as dramatic and flamboyant about it. I'd be like, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened. I can dictate according to who I'm talking to, what I'm talking about, how I want to present the information with the words I choose. And it's the same with sign language. You can add all that in with the words you choose, the signs you choose. Okay? So have fun, play with it, get into it, and practice it right out of the gate, adding in life to your signed conversations. Don't be boring and dull. I mean, maybe if you're a boring and dull person, then be you and be happy that you're boring and dull. Now, where do we put all these dang comments anyway? So we have time first, then we have topic, and then you have all this space for the comments. Okay, so if you have a lot of comments, do you just kind of throw them in there like, well, here's some comments, you sort it out? Absolutely not. You want to stack them in order of importance. You want to stack them in the best order that's going to be clear. Now, if you have an action sign like sign, see, watch, work, you put that at the end. I have a whole video about action that you can check out in the video card and also in the description below that talks all about this. So I won't go into it, but you put the action at the end. Or if there's a negating comment like won't, can't, no, don't, you put that at the very end. Okay, so you want to stack them in order where it makes the most sense. So if you're talking about your dog and your cat, you wouldn't put anything that's about your cat with the dog stuff, and you wouldn't put the dog stuff with the cat. So you would kind of group the dog stuff together and the cat stuff together and the little hamster stuff and your goldfish, all that kind of stuff. So you would group them together and you'd put them in the order that made the most sense. All right, let's head to the computer so you can check out these examples and you can see it for yourself. What am I talking about? What does it look like so that you can start using this yourself? Here we are at the computer. We're going to talk about comments. So let's look at the comment examples. All right, yesterday, my dog vet visit. If you've seen the first two parts, you've seen this sentence before. Okay, so the time is yesterday. Oh, excuse me, I didn't go over the things. So if you've seen parts 1 and 2, you will recognize the sentence. So this is written in ASL Gloss. It's in all caps, and we're doing it in ASL sentence order, not English. Okay, so each of these are what a sign would be. Okay, so now let's identify the time, the topic, and the comment. So before I give you the answer of the comments, let's look at the time. So time was yesterday, and the topic is my dog. So let's look at that. So yesterday is the time, it's here in yellow. My dog is this light pink, and this corally color are all the comments. So in this instance, it's the vet, and he's visiting the vet. So it's the vet and visit is telling us what the dog did yesterday. Okay, let's look at this other sentence. So here's a new sentence. Alligator, they, green, big, fast, appear weird, they look weird, and they are neat and fascinating. Okay, so a bunch of things about the alligators. So somebody could be like, alligators are huge, green, they're fast, they look weird, but they're really neat and fascinating. Okay, so somebody's just going off on alligators. I love them so much. Okay, which I actually do. So we've got a lot of information going on. Now we know the topic is alligator, okay? And there's no time in this sentence because this is applying to all alligators throughout time, right? Alligators, and then our comments is everything else. Green, big, fast, appear weird, neat, and fascinating. Okay? All of this is giving us information about why we like alligators. Okay, next sentence. Recent test I failed. We've seen this sentence before. We know the time, we know the topic. Now, what are the comments? Recent is the time. Test is the topic. So recently, a test. It's all about the test. What happened? I failed the dang test. It's probably calculus. Next sentence. Soon, Jane, remember this lowercase fs attached to a word means fingerspell. That means we're fingerspelling this word here. So soon, Jane, she my friend, move where? Eugene. University of Oregon, she attend. Now, we've identified the time and the topic previously. Time is soon, and the topic is Jane. If you're not sure why we picked Jane as the topic, I would head to part 2 of the series. You can see the video card or the description below to check out why that is. I won't repeat that information here. But the comments are all the rest of this. She's my friend. She's moving to Eugene. She's attending the University of Oregon. So we've got 3 kind of bullet points of information about our friend Jane. If you want more help with comments, and particularly diving into the various types of comments, I highly recommend you check out Grammar in Your Pocket. Grammar in Your Pocket is an amazing way to learn how to really identify the parts of an ASL sentence and identify them easily when you're thinking in your thoughts. Okay, I want to say this. This is what I want to sign. What is that in ASL? And then how do I put that together in a cohesive, proper ASL sentence structure? Okay, so if you're confused about what sign goes first, how do I say this? Where does this go in the scheme of things? I highly recommend you check out Grammar in Your Pocket. I use my proprietary 4W's pyramid tool. You use workbooks, you learn by examples. There's plenty of signed sentences for you. You see it in English, in ASL Gloss, and you see it signed. So you get all aspects of ASL grammar inside this 5-day supercharged course. So head to grammerinyourpocket.co and sign up today.